About a minute early, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and give time for people to filter in. Let's see. I think I have like one more thing to do in Reichhead before we clear thing. One more thing before we can do the point of no return on Reichhead Minoris, but before we do that, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time cleaning up the builds of my party. Because I've just kind of thrown stuff around willy-nilly. Which probably isn't the... Oh, right, I need to fix my portrait, too. Lord Captain's quarters! Let's see. What's that? The long dead eyes of this fierce monster forever capture the fear and pain of its final moments. So I'm going to change my portrait back to that. Looks like if I... Actually... Why don't I... First off, hide... headpiece and alter the augmentations. Yes, I am the God Emperor's chosen. Hello! That's okay. No voice. There. Let's actually give you some eyebrows. Actually, eyebrows are just as red as everything else. Get some hair on this guy. Yeah, I feel like that's an appropriate, appropriately sicker hairstyle. That'll do. Anyway, now back to the bridge to do a little bit of character rebuilding. Find my way back out. There we go. And let's see, I'd like to order the shipping and transportation of some goods. Oh, hey! Camouflage robe. Range attacks, decrease enemies dodge by 5. Non-stacking, heavy leather armor. And some melta charges. Fencing body gloves, stalker gloves. Power maul. Soul pattern chain sword. But the more important thing is... New and I need, I'm in need of training. Cost of future progress resets be increased. I wonder if that's per character. Is that per character or in total? Looks to be per character. But yeah, things aren't going to be too exciting to start off with, because I'm respecializing the party. Argenta. I think I'd rather have Cassia than Heinrichs, to be honest. Training into Cassia and Cabela and Pascal. Yeah, I'll be at 6. And Pascal. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to be building the people. I'm going to pop out. See if I can pop out the chat. Oh. Well, anyway. So, Azathoul. Still gonna be a soldier. Medicae first thing, definitely. Rebel and Slaughter. Firearm Mastery. And I have a Google Doc of or the Community Rogue Trader Unfair Builds and Resources, giving me an idea of where to take things. The main thing, the main issue is I went Soldier and Biomancer, which aren't exactly super good together. Second Norris, of course. Let's see, willpower doesn't really... It's like, I guess agility would be nice. Perception. For as much as that matters. Wait. 10x. 2, 5, okay, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, actually. Pretty high up there. Okay, so what can I do? I want Medicaid for myself. Got that other thing. Let's see, biophysical distortion. Oh! All of the Psyker's attacks, including attacking psychic powers, now do poison damage. Start over the enemy's turns. Huh. So I get my Norris there. By physical distortion. So I should be hitting as many people as I can. Why did I think that was... Because if I spec into pyromancy now, then that's some stuff. And I don't think that's been popping with Enfeeble. So I misread that entirely. I thought it was specifically biomancy attacks. Huh. Okay, now I'm really tempted... or do I want to go for Sanctic? Pyromancy is just really powerful. Hmm. I am... Yeah, closing the interface is fine. Also just going to tear off all of my equipment. War prayers. Where does plus 5% damage? Okay. Armors, processors, weapons. It's okay, I've got ballistic skill. Oh. I could just give myself a precise las pistol. But yeah, definitely want to be using Soul Siphon. Oh. Really tempted to go out and pick up the mod for... but I'm going for range, so Force Sword is more of a backup option, I suppose. Let's get willpower up. Oh, I can only get that up so far. Okay. Physical distortion. Let's see, room for one more ability. Oh, I get 2 willpower ups, nice. I got room for 2 abilities. So I could pick up Pyromancy, get me Ignite, and then Pyromancy. Okay. And then that gives me a whole lot of stuff. Flame, Firestorm. And actually, I do have the one item that improves Warp Burn, so I think I do want to spec into Pyromancy second off. Now stuff is broken, so I can take stuff I can't. Also, don't I have 14 minutes? I should be able to grab Sacred Matures, I think. Oh. It looks like I should be able to pick up... Huh. Well, anyway. Strength perception, I guess I'll go for ballistic skill. Round out agility. Yeah, round out agility. Let's see. Stabilizing factor. Second sight. I guess lower warp. Maybe awareness. Let's see. Cassia will be pretty okay at awareness. Argenta is going to be Oblivion or Demolition. I guess lower warp for me. And then Firearm Mastery. Dodge. Improved armor penetration will be good. Not really doing area attacks. Let's focus on armor pen then. Psychic Barrage. And round out Perception. Ah, there we go. Firestorm would be nice. Invigorate to get some healing down. I'm not really focusing on healing. Let's see, Orchestrate Flames is just a thing. I'll go for Firestorm. And pick up one lower warp. Okay. And then go ahead and pick up some ballistic skill. Blade of Light, Subtle Manipulation. Obscure Threat. Could actually be good. Deterioration. Would be nice, but I'm not using Enfeeble. Saturation. Backdraft. Let's see. Blazing Inferno. Burning Blood. Fight Within. Melting Armor. Ooh. Let's see, so I have 3 talents left. Let's Blaze. So we could take Sparks of the Greater Flame, Fire Within, and Blazing Inferno for, let's actually go for Melting Armor. Would that? No, it wouldn't trigger, Warp Saturation. Or, Deterioration. I think I'm going to take Melting Armor here. Oh, I have 4. Unless I'm missing something. armor, subtle manipulation, so I can cast in melee. Oh, backdraft is something I did, and let's see. Like Inferno, Body of Flames, Burning Blood. Let's do Burning Blood, so I can be in melee without too much trouble. Let's see, athletics, emotional awareness. Yeah, those would be fine, I guess. Did Medicaid last time, so more lower warp. And then Firearm Mastery. Let's become able to move more. Or get extra damage on area attacks. I happen to have an area attack. Well, I'm now really good at burning shit down. That's nice. Okay. Strip our man down. And look at builds for him. Maybe Breacher. He's okay, during breach of thick skin, hardened scars. Sludge having a lot of strength. Yeah, I guess turning him into Shield Man. Assassin, Execution. Let's just go with the first build there. So then, Medicaid, Endure, Daring Breach, and Thick Skin. Got extra damage reflection and parry chance. Yeah. Also, I want him to be heavily armored in that case. Hardened Scars. Yeah, weapon skill. Breakthrough or taunting screen. Ah. Okay. So it's an extra attack that can be used alongside charge. Basically for when he's bogged down in melee. Also, unfortunately, I cannot see chat at the same time that I have the other thing up. Checking occasionally. I think I went for Reckless Strike the first time. Or no, it was Sworn Enemy, I think. But yeah, more attacks is more good. But also becoming the... Yeah, let's go for Taunting Screen, actually. Athletics... Weapon skill, and fleet combat training. And athletics, and ramming speed. Yes, increased charge distance is good. Daring Breach 2. It's not telling me what to take here. More movement points. Gain movement points for each kill. Enemies they're going to pay after attacking or using abilities for one round. It's a priority target for every enemy hit by their melee attacks. Also more Pele, or more parry and deflection. Yes, please. Petus. Shot by charge is increased by 9. The ability is used for distance for 5 more. And toughness. Reckless strike? That's a good way to bait parries then. And get off me. And toughness. And carouse. Reckless fury. Oh. Man, going with the recommended stuff just left me a little behind. Perception and dual weapon combat. And then finally, one more movement. Let's go for more movement until the end of turn and not provoking attacks of opportunity. But I do want to provoke attacks of opportunity. So let's actually go for... The strength bonus isn't actually that great. So let's go for a little bit more movement. Argenta. What do I want to do with you? Justice. Don't want to use heavy guns. Spark Saint. Yeah, let's go for the first one this time as well. Only 13 ranks, huh? Okay, I guess it's because she starts out a little at a slightly higher level when you meet her. That makes sense. Let's see. Muzzle velocity, of course. Ballistic skill and rapid reload. Ballistic skill and rapid fire. Also gonna want to give her like concentrated fire, I think. Controlled shot would also be good. Rapid fire. Agility, Litany of Hatred. See, whenever the Minister and Priest uses Warhymn or Furious Recital for 1 round, they and their allies within 5 cells deal Zeal stacks over 2 more weapon damage, doubled against demons, psychers, and Xenos. Neat. Filtering fire. Fire no longer reduces damage. And demolition. I think rate of fire would be good. I think there's something does something with that. Yes. That will improve the damage of the first hit. Thanks to muzzle velocity. Fired up. Right. Deal damage, gain increased critical damage. And agility. Concentrated fire. There it is. Awareness or lore impaired. Let's go for awareness. I like being able to see things. Strength? Oh, in preparation for heavy weapons later on. Actually. Strength, tenets of retribution. +1 damage. Better with bolt weapons. Oh, okay. Swift slaughter. And bolt weapon expert, because she is a bolt weapon lady. Armor pen. Heavy weapon proficiency. And awareness or lore Imperium. Let's give you more awareness. Because I'm not going to have Adira on the team. Let's see. Until the soldiers next turn, they gain it's 4 movement points. Less dodge, more armor penetration. Area attacks, deal more. The number of attack targets. I mean, her role is basically area suppression. So, and I want to put a shotgun on her if I can. She's gonna make good use of it. Let's go ahead and get you up. 11 ranks available. Yeah, skill. Plasma artillery better. Assassin, the bug was coming. Correct. I might go for Rite of the Machine Spirit Communion. Using Servo Scope efficiency later on. Okay. So, what's ballistic skill and aiming protocol? Plasma and melta weapons. Uncanny sight. So yeah, I'll give extra ballistic skill and dodge reduction with the plasma and melta weapon ranged attacks. Already has passive learning, giving him uncanny sight. Allows for inflicting exploits on anyone. A free exploit, even on enemies out of the opponent's line of sight. Yes. And ballistic skill. Trying to analysis. His attacks also remove exploits. Oh! I don't know why I thought that was doing the opposite of putting exploits on. Start each turn, the operative inflicts +1 stack of the exploit effect on all enemies within their line of sight, which with Uncanny Sight puts it on all enemies in combat whenever the operative hits a target with an exploit stack. The attack deals +5 times perception bonus, percent more damage. It's also increased by 10 for each exploit on the target. And removes all exploits. Joint analysis allows them to get the same benefit and do a bit more extra damage. So, joint analysis and tech use. Tides of Excellence. There it is. Whenever the operative triggers an exploit on an enemy, operative gains +1 damage and +2 armor penetration until the end of combat. Only applies the first strike or projectile in a burst attack, but stacks. And Scanner Mechadendrite. Oh. Manipulator Push. So you could give him a bunch of like Medicaid Mechadendrite. Huh. That would be neat. Let's see. Scanner Mechadendrite. Additional servo scroll connected directly to the... Oh, just +10 perception. Cool. Let's make that attack and Medicaid. Choose this first. Let's see, also cripples, intimidates. Target provokes an attack of opportunity whenever it attacks. Now reduced weapon and ballistic skill. Reduced movement. Intimidates to reduce dodge and armor for all... Yeah, let's go for that. Medicaid. Logic. Intelligence. Sharpshooter. Not up there. Right there. Does not move this turn. Okay, so this is turning him in away from being a tank. Like I was kind of building him and more making him a support, which I don't think I'm against. I haven't moved. Deal 2 more damage with single shot attacks for 5 cells between them and the target, and gain +4 ballistic skill. In that stack and last until the operative moves. Cool. And logic. And tactical knowledge. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's getting armed at the end. Okay, so that's just a knife buff. Removing exploits from targets in an area, or from enemies in an area. Providing scaling armor to allies until the end of combat. And if you remove a lot, you get a damage bonus until the end of combat. And Liturgy of Insulation. Allies become the secondary targets. So. Okay, so that's the thing for... but is there a rifle? Not... I'm pretty sure it was plasma. Or not plasma. Could be wrong. Tactical knowledge... Yeah. I got that one. Improved tactics. There you are. Tactical knowledge. That ability. Requires 3 exploits instead of 4. Increases the operative's damage by an additional 10 if the threshold is hit. Nice. and intelligence, perception, and residual charge. So whenever this character hits an attack with an arc rifle, they gain +1 residual charge stacks. Upon reaching 10 stacks, they immediately gain an additional attack with the arc rifle. As the effect is triggered, these stacks are removed. Sure. And then let's also reduce the movement of whoever is dismantled. I need to check. Arc rifle. No, I pulled it off of it. You get the 2. It's an exotic arc rifle, two-handed, ranged, light. Not covered by plasma. So, aiming protocols, grid insulation, priest. What was this thing? Yes, learning aiming protocols, plasma and melta weapons. That's Raider Arc Plasma. Because this build seems to be built on the idea of using the arc rifle. But then it has me taking aiming protocols, which wouldn't apply. It's weird. Oh, hey. Oh, hell yes. Argenta can wield the stolen autocannon. How is that compared to her regular bolter? Less range, less damage, double the rate of fire, whole lot of ammo, better armor penetration. Still want to put a shotgun on her, though. Shotguns are fun. Let's see. Sturdy shotgun. Huh. Blast wave. I guess it has better range, which is better for her. Okay. Oh yeah, also... what was the thing? Bolt weapon expert. So I do want to have bolt weapons on her. Tenets of retribution. Improved bolt weapons. Not going to be using multi or flamer on her unless I find a heavy variant. Okay. So if I need a bit more range, unfitting valor. If I'm shooting up close, stolen autocannon. Why not? And Pascal still has that weird thing. I don't know, do I want to swap out... aiming protocols? Huh. I mean, I could... No, I can't. I was gonna say I could use a mod to make arc rifles plasma. Yeah, I really should have taken a better look at the build before finalizing it, because... it's not really, made for plasma. Let's see. Common talents. Also, apologies to anyone wanting to see riveting gameplay. Just want to make sure I got my guys in a good spot. Let's see, first combat with main plasma melts our power weapon, deals additional damage. 5 being intelligence. Pinnacle weaponry, steel forge, while wearing heavy armor, forward one characters. Filtering protocols. Hmm. Scan protocols, manipulator, push. Overcharge protocols. Prediction protocols. So it's melee pulse amplifier. So yeah, I think I might want to replace aiming protocols with like pulse amplifier if I'm going to be using the arc rifle. Pulse. 10% of damage dealt. Start of its turn. Character suffers. Echo Pulse stacks shock damage with into over 2 armored pen. Not considered a dot effect. That would also be another good one. Enhanced splash area. That's plasma. Start power block. This character gains an additional attack with plasma weapons in the first round of combat when reloading a plasma weapon for the first time each subsequent round. Let's see. If this character hits a target with an arc rifle, the radius of the area where additional targets is effective. Yeah, that would also be another good one in place of literally not going to do anything. It's like either that or I focus more on plasma. Either way, I'm going to need to rebuild them again. see. Site, Genstore analysis, tech use, type of excellence, any protocols. That is meant for things, speculations. Sniper expertise. Let's see, cider. Might be something. Okay. Okay. Oh, right. I have the. Forgot that I already have the mod installed that makes respeccing free all the time. Okay, dismantling passive learning, ballistic skills, skin, mechadendrite. Uncanny sight, intelligence, joint analysis, tech use, tide of excellence. Aiming protocols. Let's do the intimidating thing. And Medicaid. And logic. And perception. And either ballistics calculation or sharpshooter. Let's go for sharpshooter. And logic. And perfect spot. Improved cover efficiency. If in cover. Perception and ballistic. Skill if you don't move. External power block. There you are. Extra attack. Plasma weapons. Sniper expertise. Perfect spot grants more damage penetration against enemies that are 7. So it's way further. So he's really good if he doesn't move. Let's see, ballistic calculations. The operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from a distance of 11 cells or further away. 15% damage. Versus a guaranteed +2 damage. Single shot attacks. And straight +4 ballistic skill. Yeah, let's keep things there. So then, sniper expertise and perception and intelligence and plasma back. Loading plasma rifle is faster. So faster reloads. Cool. And yeah, let's keep stuff from moving. Since you are now kind of a sniper dealing guy. Let's see, where's the plasma pistol? Get you a rifle as soon as you can. And also give you your Omniscient Axe. How to equip... Alright. Actually, that on him. Let's type in ascending order. There we go. Better armor penetration, shock baton, stats special attack. Force sword. No. So, officer's chainsword. So the noble sword does extra damage for subsequent attacks. While the Wrath of Drusus also gives extra damage on the attack. I don't have the shield stuff for you. Number 16. That's also a lot of damage. High penetration. I think that's actually better. Pickaxe in one hand and a proper nobleman's sword in the other. But that one also just removes armor penetration. So that'll be good. As for myself... Soul Siphon... If used by a psyker, whenever the sword hits, field degradation is reduced by 1. It's like my ballistic skill is better, so I don't know. Precise las pistol, just to give myself something. I can equip an arc rifle for some reason. Okay. But no, what I want is charge staff. Auto pistol. So I'm gonna want a really good one-handed thing to go with Soul Siphon. Actually, that Saber Shovel. +2 damage for each enemy adjacent to the wielder. Those hits cannot make attacks of opportunity. Oh. Well, that's also really good. It's actually stronger than the nobleman's sword as well. But the issue is reduced parry. I want him to be a parry monster. So yeah. Take the pick off of him. I guess I can just give him both. Basically, I got the chain sword and the officer's sword. When you really need a parry, and power pick, and shovel when really need to debuff. And for me, step revolver, no. Improved auto pistol. Yeah, go for the Blaz pistol. I think that has marginally better range than like the Ripper. No, same range. But better dodge reduction. Damage. Half the rate of fire. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see, since I have taken on Pyromancy, I can actually use the Demon Tool. Let's see, for the wearer deals warp damage, the damaged character also suffers burning! Burning level effects. Their level increased by Veil Degradation. Let's see. Ring of Iron will be good for when I get a Arbitus. Von Valencia's Cloak for my man, because I'm here. More lore warp. Sniper gloves. Straight 5% more damage. And better critical chance of single and dead-eye shots, which I can do with the Precise Las pistol. Let's see, tech use, endurance, Phantom Cloak. No, I already have Cloak. More damage to Xenos and demons. Relished Anguish. Whenever at the end of the wearer's turn, they gain temporary 1 point equal to the amount of collision damage inflicted. All attacks of opportunity deal more damage. Straight more hit chance. Actually, I'm gonna put that on. Let's see. Your logic is already really high, so you don't need the Lex Mechanicus goggles. Yeah, I'll give you the tactical goggles. Mental of Heroism and Aim of Determination. Tech use for our man. I think giving her the... Attacks of opportunities deal additional damage. How often do I get attacks of opportunities? Actually, could give you, whenever the wearer successfully hits with a single shot attack. I don't know how often you're going to be using single shot attacks. But getting some extra slow wouldn't be terrible. I want you to have the Helmet of the Devoted Protector. And toughness on you. High crit chance. Capes. Helmets. Oop, random trinkets. So, if the wearer kills 2 or more enemies with a single attack, do not spend all of the wearer's MP. I think I want to put that on Cabela, actually. Hello, Joseph! Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I have a build guide open on my second monitor. And yeah, the switch over to Linux broke the text-to-speech, unfortunately. Single shot attack, yeah, that on you. Let's see, armor gets warp damage, fellowship for each enemy. 2 tiles, I guess that'll be... The wearer uses endure, they immediately remove. Actually, I should put that on you. Mental heroism. Oh, I do want you to have that. Persuasion was always nice. Commerce Lord Imperium would be fancy. Actually, let's pull everything off the guys I'm not planning to use. Armor. Holy Vestment. Yeah. Let's see here. Seneschal's trusty carries. Because you actually get bonuses for... What's the specific bonuses? Here... Knock it off me. Fix skin... Yeah, Parry chance increased by 25% of the warrior's total armor. So giving you maximum armor is best option. Heavy leather. It's actually better than what you have right now. Casing chestplate, huh? Same dodge penalty as the trusty armor. More deflection. Seems for you. And make an ascending order. The armor, medium. Mesh chestplate. It's gonna give you flak armor. As for myself, I think the improved armor body glove would be good. Light flak armor would be nice. Improved parry chance of agility. Actually, I think the sin skin would be best for me because I have just enough agility. Pascal's equipped. Light spinner's breastplate. Spinner's mask. Martyr's bone charm. Skirmisher boots. Do damage to an enemy. 25% chance to gain 2 MP. It's an oblivion. Damn, I've been at this for over an hour. Anyway, so let's go and build up Cabela then. And that's Cabela, Dancer of Death. Let's see. Hunting. Let's just go with the base build. Alright, so archetypes, Blade Dancer, Delicate Mastery. Well, there you are. Parry, and weapon skill, Blood Oath. Let's see. For 8 wounds, target single enemy. Next attack against them cannot be dodged or parried. If it kills the target, regain 13 wounds and gain 1 AP along with additional attack this turn. It can be used multiple times per turn, but it only gives 1 AP and an additional attack. Okay. Medicaid. Skill. Blood Rush. Whenever the Blade Dancer uses an ability that costs wounds, they gain plus 3 MP and crit. Actually, yeah, that's going to help a lot, because I've noticed when using her previously that she's slow. She can kill stuff, but then she has to get to the next guy. And then we have a choice of Jinx, Nimble, or Bloody Mess. What's Nimble do? More dodge, yes. Less to think about. Immediately heal the full. Cost abilities that cost wounds reduced by half until the end of combat. Plus 4 charges of death from above until the end of combat. Also deals agility bonus. killing an enemy, +3 dodge. Do something with skill. Let's go for the additional charges of death from above. Then escape artist. Oh, charges from dodges. Attacked for the first time. And agility. Acrobatic artistry. Dance partners. Thorns. There it is. As long as the Blade Dancer has 2 swords equipped, the Blade Dancer's weapon skills increased by their agility bonus. Cool. That's agility, awareness, yeah, characteristic training, perception, I think. And then demolition, perception, guillotine. Above deals double damage to enemies that have less than 50 wounds, so good for finishing off stuff. So she'll actually be really good in combination with Abelard. Let's go for healing. And there she is. So yeah, she wants to have 2 swords. I've been enjoying the Silent Verdict, but sure. Actually, why don't I give her the Noble Sword? So that way Abelard can debuff and all that. And then Cabela have all the swords. Now the question is, do chain swords count as swords? Yeah. Yes, they do. Force swords are actually really good. It's just swords. Anyway, but I want one-handed swords. So a pattern is 8 to 12. Earthen Shank, Bloody Pact. Mars pattern for nice bonus. Actually, an extra bit of damage too. Ooh, and actually the Noble Sword would be great because it inflicts the Disturbed effect. Info. Disturbed. Minus 10 penalty to fellowship and willpower. Yeah, I could use that in the Mars pattern. Improves your weapon skill. Cool. Eight to 10. Yeah, knife or not sword. Tempted. Stick that knife. There. But you're also built for having 2 weapons. Chainswords are nice. I would like the parry bonus, but I think... but the parry bonus is pretty big. But I'd be giving up on damage. So yeah, let's just keep that stuff on you. Oh. Wait, didn't I have a proper flame? Oh, okay, it's up there. And then Cassio. What to do with you? Cassio the strategist. Who's Cassio? Carries chestplate, face of the sovereign. One initial resolve. I'm gonna kill him. You're gonna have the staff force House Ursilio anyway. Cloak, persuasion. Do you have the highest persuasion of 5, 25, 30? Yes, you are the persuader. Cool. Anyway. Voice of command, persuasion. Willpower, mastery of time. Ally in combat gains an extra turn. Navigator gains a stacking bonus to willpower until the end of combat. Cool. Reveal light. Swings. No, okay. Decisive response. First use voice command to bring it down in combat. It's cheaper. Excellent. More willpower. Reveal the light. Target ally gains 22 to their willpower and toughness to the end of combat. Ooh. And Eyes of Oblivion. Enemy the navigator has in that line of sight has dodge and hit check. Focus. The officer uses an ability on an ally, they gain a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill equal to 4. And persuasion and finest hour. Temporary hit points. Non-attacking abilities cost 1 less AP. Negative effects are immediately removed. And they cannot die until the officer's next turn. Yeah. Lore or awareness? Let's go for awareness. Perception. Mind over matter. All resistance tests with willpower. Navigator's willpower is higher than their toughness. Their wounds are calculated. Cool. Perception. Zone of fear. All creatures in the area must pass a willpower test or immediately move out of the zone, even if they're stunned or immobilized. This movement triggers attacks of opportunity from the Navigator's allies who have passed the resistance test or are outside the zone. Oh. Strange Vitality. Heals 6 wounds at the beginning of each turn. +1 wound for each Navigator taken. Cool. Undam the Sea of Souls. While under the effect of any Navigator power, enemies have their armor reduced by -11. This reduction is increased by the devastating parameter of the Navigator staff, but does not stack. Yes. Fellowship. Pass unscathed. Perception instead of agility for dodge. Cool. And then bonus damage for finest hour. Let's get more actions. Nice. Okay, now to equip Miss Cassia. Lore Imperium using Fellowship of Intelligence and a +3 bonus. Worthwhile? Kind of a skill monkey. That's okay. I don't think I'm gonna end up using the Rogue Trader's Cloak, even though she'd be the one to forward. So straight 5% damage. Actually, yeah. That'll be good for me. 2 or more enemies, single attack. Want that on. Alright. Bella already has her skirmisher boots. Actually, I think the skirmisher boots would be better on Abelard because he's not necessarily going to be a finisher. Resolve upon killing an enemy. Nah. Cloak. I got one, he's got one. She does not. Armor against warp damage would be good. Better than... Really, it'd be good on her. Let's go ahead and put that on Bella because she's going to be doing stuff. Let's go ahead and get more damage on attacks of opportunity from on Abelard. I think everyone else basically filled in. Alright. Actually, armor. Should I have people actually wearing proper armor? Don't want a dodge penalty on you. Actually, control spinners of vestments might be good on you. Fair chance against melee attacks. And more agility. You scale on agility. But I'd rather have the better dodge and parry. You're already equipped. You don't really use agility. You really shouldn't be in melee anyway. want you to have as high armor as possible. So your spinner's vestments would just be good to get her some more armor. And dodge if she's stuck out of cover. Plus a couple extra wounds. She has more meat than Abelard, dear lord. Okay, yes. Bella. I think you basically already have the best armor you can have for your use case. I guess the body glove would be marginally better. But not enough to make a difference. I got my sin skin. Flick armor. Make sure I'm not missing anything that's better. You're not really gonna get the chance to parry anyway. So yeah. I don't know, do you have any trinkets you could equip? Not really. Alright. Okay, rebuilding done. Let's get OBS back up so we can actually see chat. And let's go to the Coronis Expanse. And the Astropathic Station to see what's going on up there. The Astropathic Station ahead is dead. Station is dead ahead of the Void Ship. It is motionless. There is a lifeless silence across its Vox frequencies. Its lights are out. Even those who have no warp sensitivity can feel the presence of death. It is here, lurking in the shadows. All of this makes reading the reports of the ship's astropaths, who claim to be hearing an insistent ghostly howl emanating from the station, all the more disturbing. Contact the station by Vox. The station is not responding. Perhaps there is no one left who can deploy a scouting team. The enforcers offered their prayers and proceeded to enter the uncanny station. What they saw inside was monstrous. Astropaths upon their thrones, not quite here, not quite now, smudged as if they were across time. Servants were living their horrible deaths again and again, only to be reborn out of ashes and blood into more agony a moment later. The warp manifested here, twisting the very nature of existence. That's it. The main hall was covered in a crust of psychic ice. A green-robed blind old man sat motionless upon a tall throne. It's quite literally embedded in the ice, and yet he's still alive, screaming. Send Zachary Weiss to the station with his squad of bodyguards. The choirmaster Wise boarded the station in person and proceeded to the choir's hall. He stood silently for hours in front of a man frozen on ice and held a telepathic conversation with him. See, then Master Wise offered a prayer to the God Emperor, and the unfortunate man passed away. Upon returning to the ship, Wise reverently presented the Lord Captain with the Grim Trophy, the late Choir Master's amulet, taken from his frozen body after his death. Psychic shriek carrying across the Immaterium has been silenced, but this has brought the crew no relief. Chilling realization came to the Astropaths when they discovered that the cry was masking a different sound, one even more terrifying and surreal. It was the melody of a cataclysm born from a warp storm of titanic power, so intense that the entire expanse must have heard it. It muffles the astropathic messages and crawls into cyclers' minds, evoking everywhere the same image, a dark, gaping, beastly mouth, cleaving the universe in two. Now that the Mad Choir Master has finally stopped screaming, the song of the Immaterium has reached the rogue trader's void ships. Order the station to be explored. A brief and chilling chronicle of the station's doom was found in the scribe's quarters. A warp disturbance of monstrous proportions wiped out half the choir at once, turning the astropaths into living portals through which torrents of the Immaterium's energy poured. Those who lasted longer bellowed and howled about a black rift that had split the universe into before and after, a darkness that would devour the Astronomicon's light. Burn everything. Void torpedoes shatter the fragile station. One can only hope that the unfortunate souls captured by the warp have perished along with their home. Did that give me a level up? I hope that got me a level up. Come on. Boom. No. Pity. Anyway, now is to delay even further, because I really need to pee. So before we go through the, go to the point of no return, I'm going to take a quick bio break. Be back in a few minutes. I'm back. Oh. Damn it. Anyway. Go ahead and take a look in the journal. Yep. Everything is gonna be back on... So at the bunker. Let's see. So we've got Heinrichs for Cassia. Yeah. And go talk to...
This master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor.
Arbiter Bryce. The Lex Imperialis is stern and unyielding. Solomon, the bunker is under the control of the Arbitus. I am ready for my triumph, Governor Medina. Then I will see you at the starport, your lordship. The Master of Ceremonies will organize the procession in a way that should allow me to share the ceremony's finale with you. After that, Emperor willing, the Proctor will clear me of all charges, and the woes of Rykad Minoris will be over at last. Fly to the upper way. Okay.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Doctor, the Master of Ceremonies. Your Lordship, peerless Lord von Valencius, I am Master of Ceremonies of Rykard Minoris. Everything is in place for your triumph. Allow me to give you a brief summary of the upcoming events. Speak. You will take the road, now familiar to you, from here to the starport. You will be accompanied by your comrades in arms and a guard of your honor. A guard of honor. The body of the heretic known as the Prophet Aurora will be pulled in your wake as a battle trophy. The stop is planned in the middle of the road. Their grateful citizens will rush towards you, praising you for their salvation. Not to worry, this is a thoroughly choreographed interlude. The group of the grateful people will be composed exclusively of loyal citizens vetted by us. Members of the military, young people, attractive and fit, a few healthy children. Once they have said their praise, the procession will move on. Governor Medina will await you by the starport. It is also where the pyre has been built for burning the body of the heretic known as Aurora. You will be handed a flamer blessed by a representative of the ecclesiarchy. You can choose to personally perform the burning, but if you wish to underscore the amicable alliance between House Van Valencius and House Winterscale, it will be fitting to pass the honor of the burning to Governor Medina. However, the choice is yours. This is disgusting. I do not want a staged show of gratitude. Allow the ordinary people of Rykad Minoris to speak to me, or skip this farce altogether. Her eyes widen. My sincerest apologies, your lordship. No thought could be further from my mind than incurring your anger. Let the ordinary people through, you say. I'll see what can be done. But now we are to board the prepared vehicle.
Blessed be the road that we take.
Mount the tank and commence the triumphant march. Hello, your lordship. Glory to you. A motley group of modestly dressed people hurried towards you. The grateful citizens wish to present gifts to their redeemer. The Master of Ceremonies' sugary voice almost brings the taste of honey to your mouth. For whatever reason, you know for certain that right at this moment the gaze of your Aurora's dead empty eye sockets is fixed upon the back of your head. A thought surfaces in your mind, not a voice inside your head, no mere thought. They're all going to die. Befuddled, deprived, never having seen the truth. It's all because of you, enemy of mine. Greet the people. It is my pleasure to protect an Imperium world and its honest inhabitants. May the light of the Eternal Terra shine on us all. Reich Adminaris honors the Emperor and bows to his most loyal servants, the rogue traders. I'm sensing something boundless, blue, golden, dark, says Cassia. Something is coming, Domain, an unholy death contrary to his will. Cabella's eyes are blank as she digs a steel claw into an unhealed wound. Behold, behold, the final dawn, says Aurora. I need to remember that I've switched around the roles of some of my party. Flagship of the Von Valancius dynasty is a centuries-old void ship. Oh, something's happening. Looks like it's Dark Eldar time. The hell are they doing?
Run, fools! Or fall!
Surrender to the dark powers!
So then, let's go have Cabela over here to deal with that one. To eliminate the first couple of cultists that can act. Nobody's going to be able to get to that guy, unfortunately. Actually, no, Cassia. We'll be able to do a lot of damage up to there.
No! These ruby flashes are choking me!
Really shouldn't have put you there. Put you over there then. And Abelard. So Cabella's going to take out those two. Let's have you over here to deal with all those guys. Argenta. Let's have you over here to deal with all those guys. Pascal. See, and then it's going to be my turn. Let's just sit there. To clean up whoever's left. Pascal. Let's go put you there. And that'll be it. So then, Bella, I want to take out those two anointed, those two cultists. Actually,
No.
12 votes? This one was only 8, but I guess it's a percentage.
The shadows will see it done.
Let's go.
As honor killing brings me no pleasure, I shall not fail. I am your blade and shield. Trust me, death is a blessing.
It's your turn. We can continue.
As the tenets killing brings me no pleasure.
Leading up to 3, and then we can get you to reverse course. That's your turn.
Quick, quick!
Cassia. Let's get you up here. Well, they could just outright well, not eliminate, but vastly weaken those guys. Let's get you over here. How many you can take out?
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Another foe.
Although I should be really careful with warp abilities. Let's see, Zone of Fear. Unfortunately, I've put you out of sight of pretty much everyone, so that's your turn. Abelard, my man! Okay, good, so that cultist dealt with. Late.
Indeed.
Let's get brace for impact going.
It will be done.
Endure. Make yourself the priority target. For those guys. And then go ahead and charge over here.
One fewer target.
That's your turn.
Emperor, protect me.
Fire starting in that acolyte. So
Doubt is for
first,
the weak.
get Furious Recital up. Then alright, rapid fire, concentrated fire. It's 5 MP, next attack costs 1 less, as a consequence of the normal attack turn. And then until the end of the next turn, all that. And concentrated fire. Let's move over here. I mean, basically guaranteed to kill that one.
Faith without deeds can I am his will made manifest. Each strike is a prayer. I'll do it. It's why I was chosen.
Nice. Good bit of fire
As
there.
the Emperor commanded. I refuse.
And that's Argente's
My
turn.
faith strengthens me.
Azathoth. Can't really use any warp abilities, so... I guess... Let's see, that guy's gonna burn to death on the next turn.
I must not falter. I bring ruin. Help me, Lord Captain. Strike is a prayer.
Back. To move around the warp bullshit.
My vow is to serve.
Let's see. Perfect spot, would be nice.
Running binaric override. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Damn.
Look out.
No!
Crush the feeble. You don't frighten me.
These enforcers are really carrying their weight. Kind of. Poor Cassia.
You're doomed.
Oh, there's a few more.
I cannot serve you in this way.
Oh, Camilla's up there. So she can't quite reach the guys.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Let's go ahead and get death ones going on.
This goes against the tenets.
Target is too far. Of course he is. And then let's
As
do
on our old
acrobatic
days.
artistry. Damn it. Oh well.
This way!
Run, captives, run! Can he? Can't see anybody, so it's not gonna do any good. So I guess do another lidless stare.
Step aside.
over there.
The navigator is coming. As duty demands.
Well, it's interesting that her abilities don't seem to affect veil degradation. Anyway, Abelard. But you just go ahead and smash that there.
Victory is imminent.
Get over here and
Benji.
your.
Forth on Valencius!
And then go ahead and get over here.
My place is at the fort. I took care of this one.
There.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Ah, an exemplary strike. Reduced to dust.
Nice.
At your beck and call. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
And smack. Just go ahead and get in there.
Don't touch me. For now.
Argenta.
I'll do it.
Let's go ahead and revel and slaughter.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. This is unacceptable.
Damn. Oh well.
Break them around.
Oh, nice. Doing a little bit of cleanup there. Let's go swap over to my Warp Lightning Staff and start doing a little bit of ignition. Damn. That is the good shot. Yes, scab. Can you go ahead and
As the tactical narrative dictates.
look at that guy?
The scriptural prognosis is
Find your perfect spot.
request approved.
And miss. Well, in that case, let's just do joint analysis. And move on. Run away, captive!
Follow my lead.
Chaos guides me.
Follow my lead.
Kid Bella. Let's move up.
That had better
No,
be
God.
ineptitude, not malice. Blasphemer!
God damn it! Of course I did that. Okay, heal her
Your
up.
time has not yet come.
Injuries will not slow me.
I can't stand it.
Alright. Essia, I want you to move up there.
Emperor
command on
me strength.
Abelard.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let him do his job.
I will do my due. I took care of this one. It will be done.
And you yourself can get better in toughness over there, I think.
If I may.
Give someone an extra turn. Why not me?
I'll show you why
Argenta
navigators
can
are feared.
use the opportunity.
Faith without deeds is
Fire.
worthless.
Concentrated fire.
I'll do it. Eradicated.
Yeah. You're good. Abelard! Let's just walk on over and finish that guy off. And I think that is the combat. Time passed 5 minutes. Voxmaster Victus. The combead comes alive. Victus's voice struggles to get through the thundering static. Lord Captain, this is Voxmaster. Please stay something immediately. Send a. See, we are en route to the starport. Captain, Ference, please. An otherworldly cacophony, which until now resembled the rumbling of distant cannons, suddenly swallows you with its full intensity. The warp energy seemingly bursting out of thin air, rushing inside your exposed mind like an unstoppable wave of filth. For a moment it feels like your head might explode, but then the sensation retreats, leaving in its wake a different one, that of someone's touch on your temples. I shall fear no darkness, for light is within me, the light of my faith in thee. I shall flee before no enemy, for there is no enemy more terrible than cowardice, and I shall overpower it. Argenta prays aloud, all the while checking her equipment with deft fingers. Capella gives you a faint smile and whispers, "The great dance begins, but I am with you, Domine. Fear not, for I will not let your soul fall into the clutches of the unclean. If it comes to it, it will be quicker than them. I will be quicker than them." Red, black, and lots of blinding white fear. The whole city's quaking. No, the whole world, says Cassio. Abelard, less talk, more action. What's Victus saying, Lord Captain? Are they going to send a shuttle for us? Victus, what's going on? Opening, observe, appearance of stars from evacuate. Calm falls silent. Stare. I stare at you. Does anyone have any idea what just happened? The final dawn, Argenta says furiously. We stopped short of puzzling out the enemy's entire plan. Oh, Burr, forgive us for this negligence. I swear we will find a way to right it. The chill runs down your spine. It seems you feel Aurora's gaze upon you once again. Only it's not coming from her corpse any longer, but from everywhere. All we can do for now is try to... See, we're not abandoning people in distress. Everyone can come with us. I'm no fast walker, but I'll hobble after you. If you get into a fight, it's not like you'll want an old woman to get in your way anyway. I think there'll be more fighting. Since the sense of alarm is now almost physically drilling through your temples. The fleeting little whispers at the edge of your hearing are sinister and gleeful. All we can do now is to try to make it to the starport. The old woman looks at you, not particularly hopeful and a little distrustful, as if she's reluctant to ask her question. That's it, let's move out. Adminoris is falling to the relentless assaults of the archenemy's forces, despite Lord Captain's best efforts. Radical prophecy coming true. But first, we must loot. There's all kinds of loot everywhere. Some knives there. carapace chestplate. Or no. Complete carapace armor would be what I'm looking for. Anyway, let's get moving. The eastern side. That'll be the way to the store. Did you think you had one enemy of mine? You vanquished Twilight, you cut down Aurora. She was only one of us, you hear me? From the depths of dead stone, from his prison of cold metals, he will rise. The hour is nigh. Ooh. Okay.
The glow of emergency beacons in the darkness is more familiar to me than the light of any
A suitable sacrifice.
Cabela will be acting first. It's fine. So we got 13. This is going to be a pitched battle. Oh, there's some people down here. Oh! A lot of stuff down there. Okay. Okay. Let's go and get Abelard here as well. And then Argento. Might as well just get everybody up as far as we can get. Although I have a feeling I'm not finishing off that chaos spawn, so I should make sure to keep the squishier in the back. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to do some of that. Cone of 15 blood. Yeah, let's do running blood.
Your soul be purged.
Yeah.
Out of my way!
At your
Abelard.
beck and call.
Let's start with the bracing. Push enemies away since it's free. Oh, I'm guessing Chaos Spawn can't be pushed. Anyway, let's go ahead. Oh, target's close. Oh well. Actually, go there and then charge in. Wait, don't I have a thing that replaces charge with something else? Do scream, strike, buffalo. Increases armor penetration for subsequent attacks.
A tactically sound approach. Target well struck. At your beck and
Reckless
call.
strike going.
I will do like you.
Death to non-believers!
Chaos Spawn moving in.
As the Emperor commands, I
And
act.
Furious Recital. Yeah. Let's go and get rapid
The
fire.
enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
It can do
That is for
concentrated
the weak.
fire. Can't do anything with the heavy weapon, but you can go ahead and unload on these guys.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
And reload as well. Actually, I might be able to eliminate some veil degradation. Maybe. I'm gonna save before I use any psychic powers here. Let's see. Let's reduce veil degradation. I think it did. That increased it. Let's go ahead and start getting into cover. And revel in the slaughter a little. Cassia! I have an idea. I don't think your stuff... increases veil degradation, so... let's go and give Abelard a buff.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
At your beck and command, you a target.
And then endure.
Indeed.
Zone of Fear.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Reduced to dust.
Nice. Oh, nice. I can get a...
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail!
Faith without deeds is worthless.
another bit of...
As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
nice.
Doubt is for the weak.
Then slaughter some more.
As the Emperor
Reload.
commands, I act.
Run and gun. Let's get up a bit closer and see if you can't do a little bit of bolter sniping. Excellent. Ah, gotta love Cassia. She is excellent.
Chaos guides me.
Just a minor setback.
Pascal. Can you even get eyes on that guy? don't think so. Oh no, you can. Not the best eyes, but something. Let's also go ahead and buff up the team.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Running binary override.
Study? No. So let's go and get joint analysis down 2.
Death to the weak.
Kibella.
A dance
Blood.
of blades and shadows.
12 and 13.
The shadows will come. The other side awaits.
We have enough.
I shall not fail.
Get over
As
here.
the tenets demand.
Blood off that guy.
Trust me, death is a blessing.
Refund on your stuff, and then just run back. Abelard, time to start getting in position. Let's take out those guys over there.
At your beck and call.
Man, you can just...
It will be done.
Wow. It really didn't do much.
I
Four,
will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
5. And then do a little spray and pray.
Faith without deeds is worthless. That is not the Emperor's will.
Can't even see anything, so let's do run and gun to get a bit more range. And 5. Pot shot on the cultist later. And hit! Damn. Okay. Twice. Cassia.
Battlefields are always
And
drowned
do
in
Argenta.
If I may,
A little bit of the sauce. So that you can do a little bit more spray and praying.
in
Yeah.
thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
It's not going to be the highest chance
As
to
the
hit,
Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
but then that happens.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I refuse.
It's Cassia's turn. Let's go and do Reveal the Light on
Me.
Argenta.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Pascal! You... do a little bit of... no, you can't even see.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Just keep on with the joint analysis. And Cabela can do a little bit of running too.
Silence.
Abelard can get real
My
close.
base is at the fort. At your beck and call.
Force the bastard to come to
It will be
him.
done.
Argenta can there, reveling in slaughter. And probably just
Faith without deed.
nice. Is another thing done. Chainmail mesh vest, which is good against, or which would be for heretical. A shotgun, psychic staff. It's level 6 versus I think hand flamer. And up here. A bunch of nothing. Ah, and that guy. Here's a scrappy auto gun. Need to go up through here. It's just the beginning, enemy mine. He comes, he comes, he comes! Through everything. Let's see. Also, jagged wounds stands as evidence of whether this heretic was fatally struck in the back. Coming. Yeah. His throat has been ripped open. To the starport.
The anarchy at the starport will distress the hallowed machine spirits of the Voidcraft, rendering them deaf to all litanies of placation. The shuttle we use for the evacuation must be handled with caution.
With all due respect to your faith, Haneman, if we find a working shuttle, we will worry about...
Brace.
Show them no mercy.
24. So, bunch of gunners. Rebels. There's a sniper, sharpshooter. What's your deal? Eagle Eye, increased hit chance and range. Anyway, so get below. You get up in there, Abelard. See, hopefully there isn't too much warp degradation, or veil degradation here. Cassian, there. Actually, not there. Pascal. There's a foe up here. Cultist explodes into demon? Like. Screamer.
I've suffered worse.
Ooh, Cabela is about to do some horrific acts. Let's see. Running
I
blood.
am your blade and shield.
And actually, let's go ahead and go for the blow with
The shadows
guy.
will see it done.
Somehow this is going to kill a lot of people.
Trust me.
Huh. I just said it would. Anyway.
As honor ordains, I shall not fail.
Nice.
The shadows will come. The other side awaits. I cannot serve you in this way.
And you can already move around. Those three act as well. So I'm just gonna have you go here and turn. Oh, Argenta, if you would.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
I don't think I even need to do much of anything for that.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Strike is a prayer.
Out my way. Let's make it quick.
High momentum.
Nice. So let's go and get braced down. Brace for impact down.
Victory
Endure.
is imminent.
Move there. Shift
Indeed.
to there.
One fewer target.
Let's go and get a reckless strike down.
We'll rule the stars themselves.
And a daring act. You can still have reckless strike active? Yes.
It will be done. I will do my duty. Reduced to dust.
Actually, you move up and threaten the
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Oh, there's veil degradation for me to use. Excellent. So then, just eliminate that guy. Actually, why don't I go ahead and move up? Hey, we got some support. Cool. Anyway. Just gonna Zinch. Line of sight. Damn. Everyone else is just gonna die. Actually, Bruiser Rebel. And I guess buff up Cabela.
One step ahead.
Damn.
Let's get to it.
High momentum.
Katsia. Oh. Yeah, you need to move up a little so you can actually see. And give me an extra turn.
I've read tomes of military tactics.
So make a guy explode. And then make another guy explode. Can't see that guy. 9, 12. So Firestorm. Oof. Hit myself with my own lightning arc. And just and then see about getting into slightly better cover. Call that the turn. Let's give me some willpower and toughness.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
So command, bring it down just in case there's something more I can do. Could have got that guy. And there's that guy just kind of tucked into the corner there. Can't really reach him. Actually, first grenade. And there's just a couple more left over. Pascal. You haven't really gotten the chance to do much of anything. I thought you can. Well, go ahead and buff up the two in the front. And continue with joint analysis. And sure, perfect spot. See if that will let you reach... no. Okay.
Hold on.
Mistake.
And that's combat. So Lamorne's chestplate is punctured in multiple places and his face is stained with blood, but his gain remains clear and firm. Still alive, rogue trader? Good. You spot just as many wounds on Glacio, or on Glido. There are burns and cuts all over the coat, and one of the visors is broken. And yet, there is nothing in the Cybermastiff's straight posture that would indicate pain, if pain is even something this dog can feel. What's happening in the starport? Panic and heresy. People are ready to crush each other to reach the shuttles, which makes them easy targets for the enemy. Where is the governor? I do not know. He waited for you, under Arbitus' escort, to burn the heretic's body and conclude the ceremony, but then the sun went out and enemies came at us from every crack in the rock grate. He panicked and ran. Not the smartest choice. He would have been safer with us. Those wounds look bad. Let me offer you first aid. I would have accepted your offer, but we still have Medicaid kits. Not many, but it should last us until we get to the shuttles, which is all we need. Appears your investigation has hit a dead end. Not yet, it hasn't. A crooked smile crosses his face. We did find something on the port terminal. Shortly after the tithe was hauled away, a suspicious ship took off from the planet. And I already know how to track it down. I see you're not trying to flee and have chosen to fight instead. I commend your resolve. Actually, our plan is to retreat. The rebels are one thing, but there is nothing we can do against the warp forcing its way in. And that's a fact. Solomon spits out a mouthful of blood. This battle was forced on us. We had to keep the heretics away from the terminal until the machine spirits finished transferring the data to our shuttle. Speaking of shuttles, the ship we hired has turned tail and left orbit, so I must turn to you for a request. Take my squad aboard, and we will disembark on the first world or station with access to a void ship. We cannot die here while whoever stole the tithe is enjoying their freedom. So yeah, I will consider it an honor to assist you. We need time to dress our wounds and regroup. We will cover your retreat and make sure there's no attack from the rear. Get it to the shuttle first, we'll be right behind you. Anyway, time to loop. Scrap it lasgun. This is less effective than my precise las pistol. And normal lasgun. Zoa pattern sword, a shock baton, armored body glove, black armor. Nothing special. In violation of the right of operation, the shuttles. Oh yeah. Anyway, chest plate, sniper rifle.
It is my destiny to traverse the unknown.
Some more goods along here. A plasma gun. And stronghold. Nice shield. Whenever the wielder blocks an attack, they gain 8 temporary wounds. Fancy. But yeah, let's give that plasma gun to our man. So he's got something a bit more effective. Don't think anyone else is good with plasma stuff. Let's go and give her the auto pistol just because. Let's see, the insurgents walked in the crowd in the mines. We need guard.
Calculating optimal route.
Huh. Some captives. Okay, they're folks who have escaped. Some medical equipment there.
I'll chart a course for you.
No shuttle. Stench of Faisaline and blood blankets the starport. Echoes of shouts and gunfire drift over the landing pads. Shards of plexiglass crunch underfoot. You recognize Sergeant Malgar amid the crowd huddling near the shuttles. He was a soldier who greeted you upon your arrival to Rycad Minoris. Sergeant was fitted with a sturdy-looking flak vest bearing insignia customary among your troops. One of the enforcers you sent must have given it to Malgar as a gift. A group of bloodied and frightened people is wedged between Malgar's wardens and the shuttles. You recognize them as the governor of the planet and the members of his high-ranking entourage. Their expensive attire has been worn in the fight, and many bear wounds left by bayonets. Examine the people in front of the shuttle. Some of the nobles are paralyzed with fear, others have succumbed to despair. 2 corpses are lying on the ground with their arms outstretched. Black blood is pooled under them. The other's skull is split open like a nut, encircled by a pinkish-crimson halo of bone splinters and a bit of bone marrow. Governor Malgar, I demand an immediate report. What's going on here? Sergeant spins around to face you, his face twisted in a grimace of anger. Our esteemed governor and his gang of cronies have been cowering behind us. And now, when things got rough, they thought they could scarp her and leave us here to die. We've shed our blood for him and broken our backs to provide for him. And after all this, you think that's fair, you piece of Grax shit? Malgar's stun baton hits the governor in the chest, causing the adornments of the governor's uniform to jingle in unison. The governor spits out blood and opens his mouth to respond, but his head explodes. His body falls limp to the side, his remaining eyes staring upward. The chorus of the noble's screams cannot drown out the sergeant's spiteful whisper. Enough, you've said your piece. Generations upon generations, the noble of this world cared for Rykard Minoris and ensured the prosperity of its inhabitants. And this is your gratitude, peasant? For killing a nobleman, you deserve to be executed where you stand. Cassia throws out her hand and Malgar's knees buckle. Her mentor was right. The rebel truly have no honor. Abelard looks at the governor's body, his brow furrowed. Madness, punishable by death. Look at yourself, servant of the god Emperor. Who do you serve? Humanity or its foes? How dare you speak of justice with kindred blood on your hands? Lower your weapon if you value your soul. Malgar raises his gun at you, only to immediately lower it. His hands are shaking. Shame and despair are showing through his mask of bloodlust. Crying out loud, your lordship. How could you say such a thing? A dull thud comes from deep within the starport. Heavy footsteps shake the rockcrete, raising an unpleasant tremor in your bones. Oh joy!
My Orsted records your wickedness. Prepare for disposal.
Death
2.
To
the false emperor.
3 over there. Okay, they're all melee, so they're not going to be a huge concern. Biggest issue is going to be Chaos Space Marine himself. He's also going to get to act first, so he's got Focus of Rage. Will attack the marked target. When being attacked, the creature will unleash their hatred against the last attacker. Let's see. Put Cassia back. Scowl. Argento. I actually have more health than Argento. Okay. So, you up there. Abelard there, Cabello there. Hang on.
Grey hair, your hair.
Yet iron knows no pain.
And they got a sniper.
Let's make it quick.
Alrighty then. And Blood Oath.
I bring mercy and retribution. Death whispers my name. I would that I could, as the tenants demand. It brings me no pleasure. No. As honor ordained, come, the other side awaits.
Oh, I don't have any stuff for you. You go ahead and get
Darts
a
of
cover.
blades and shadows.
Good lord. Got some stuff to do. Let's see.
Tried and
Endure.
tested tactics are the best ones.
Charge it.
At your beck and call.
Let's go and get Reckless Strike down. Or not, anyway.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
And yeah. Ultic time.
As the Emperor commands, I act. My Emperor!
Let's see. Azathoul. Try get some cover. And start unloading. Building up those dots. And heal up a little. Escape. Get as many people buffed up as we can. You also get into cover. Let's see. Actually, go ahead and take out those guys.
As the tactical imperative dictates. I try to commemorate this righteous moment.
And do a dismantling attack.
Activating force mode sacrifice.
Man. Cassia, I want you to get a little further back.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Let's see. Whip Abelard some more.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Let's see, he's already enduring. Nice. What will Lilith's Stare do? Actually do some damage. Nice. Didn't quite manage to get him down in one turn.
I took care of
Holy shit, I got him down in one turn. Anyway, that gunner is going to be a pain in the ass. But yeah, let's just move here.
Footprints of Scarlet.
Alright, Abelard.
It will be done.
Go.
For von Valencius.
Darn breach to get even further in.
Follow my lead.
And your... Man, Regenda didn't even get a chance.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Brown gun done. There's the fool. So, I mean, even if you have line of sight, you definitely don't have range here. Like, best chance would be like a Deadeye shot, but yeah. Pascal.
Activate calculate fury algorithm.
Perfect spot. See if you can. No. It's going to keep joint analysis going. Should be able to actually see the guy though, so you can study him. And Cassie. Let's move up.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Pretty much it. Oof.
I am your blade and shield.
Only this bastard wasn't so far
My
away.
place is at the fore.
Can you at least attract his attention? No. You can make progress towards him, though. Still can't quite get him. And Argenta can't even get to him.
Rejoice in battle!
See, Azathoth, can you at least see him? Damn. I still don't have a range on him, though. Pascal, you just get into cover.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Cassia, keep in cover.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Let's get to it.
I'm not going for Capella for some reason.
Death comes in silence.
Anyway, I think Abelard has it now. Go there.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. An exemplary strike. Reduced to dust.
And that's combat. At a level. Rebels sniper rifle. And a mesh vest, which would be good if I were heretical, but I'm not. Armor body gloves and knives. Same deal there. A las pistol. And Aurora. What do you have? Gem of Dark Vitality. Maximum wounds, more toughness, and regeneration when veil degradation is high. A life-draining sword. Bringer of Terror. So some good stuff for a heretic. Ah. It is time for level 16 and the second set of archetypes. I'm gonna go for Overseer. Maybe. Let's see, Warp Relay. Really, Overseer is not attacking a single target. Purification Discharge. Powerful instrument of transforming warp energy, so good for... Not really that synergistic with what I'm doing. But would be helpful in some other ways. Let's see, Bounty Hunter. Keystone feature is Hunt the Prey. Let's see, mark any enemy as prey. Kill the target marked as prey, they get a stackable bonus. Some more single target, Master Tactician. Artist Momentum to enhance combat effectiveness of allies. Arch Militant. Focusing on... Let's see, whenever the Arch-Militant uses an attack that is of a different type than their previous attack, and its stack of versatility, single shot, melee, single target or burst, area melee, area range, and range burst. Plus 3 weapon and ballistic skill for each stack of versatility. At 4 or more stacks. How good that would be. Master Tactician. Special tactical advantage effect allows them to empower their attacks. Plus 1 stack of this for every 5 momentum gained by themselves or allies. That depends on fellowship bonus. I don't really do fellowship. Bounty Hunter. Gain temporary wounds. Doesn't tell me what kind of ability Hunt Down Prey is. Mark any enemy in combat as prey. When I kill the target, I get a bonus based on that. I think I'm gonna go for the Cyber Raven. Just because it's cool. I don't care if it's, Stus. Just Cyber Raven. Evil Eye. Probably gonna go for like Orchestra Flames or something, maybe Enfeeble. Maybe later. So I feel like I picked up something that would be really useful at some point. Yeah, Denial of Nightmares. Yeah, it's going... Incorrect armament. Okay. So, if worn by a Psyker, the wearer gains immunity to the horrors of the warp effect. Oh. Yeah. Huh. It's burning. Yeah, that's definitely more valuable. Abelard! Time to go back to the build. Going for the first Abelard build. Mr. Navy Breacher, Arch Militant. Yeah, pretty much. Ah, now I can give him like a offhand weapon. Let's see, Argenta. His Righteous Fury. Also Arch Militant. Cassia becomes a Grand Strategist. Let's see, promoting bonuses for all allies, including Grand Strategist, frontline, backline, and rear. First round of combat, all 3 areas can be created in 1 turn. The following rounds, only 1 of them can be created per turn. That'll be interesting to look at. That's artillery battery. Bounty Hunter. Where are you? Beloved Dancer of Death. I believe is how I was building her. Yeah, guillotine. So next is Executioner on her. Force Repentance. The Executioner inflicts damage over time effect on things. Scourging Strikes. Attacks inflict 6 levels of bleeding in all. Targets hit. And where it hurts. The effects of the Executioner's next successful attack. Bunch of nice stuff. So I think that's everything. So, to the Void Ship Bridge we go.
How can one find the right way without his light?
Back to the Augustine. Thanks be to the Emperor, you are alive, your lordship. We are most gratified by your return, and my crew is full of zeal to carry out any orders you may have. Before anything else, I will hear an account of what happened to the system's sun. Boxmaster falters. Lord Captain, we saw a number of ships approach the sun, black creations of inhuman make, amalgams of sharp angles and edges. They surround the star, and then, my apologies, but I struggled to find the words that could describe that terrible sight. And Xenos made the sun vanish into the void. The interrogator closes his eyes and grimaces. Chukari. You see Abelard's expression change, as if a shadow has suddenly fallen over him. He rubs his temples warily, as if we did not have enough trouble on our hands already. Xenos? Enemies of humanity? A breed of Ealdari, the most cruel and devious of their kind. The designs of their ship matches the descriptions provided by the Voxmaster. Like all Xenos, the Drukhari are a blight on the face of the galaxy, but their technological superiority is indisputable. They abhor and fear warp sorcery, which is why they rely on creations of their twisted intellect. and many of those creations are capable of things that may seem akin to sorcery to the unenlightened eye. The theft of the sun is one example of what they are capable of. Are the Xenos in league with Aurora's cultists? We can rule out that possibility. The Drukhari would never ally themselves with the archenemy's worshippers. If I had to name one thing that humanity and these Xenos have in common, it would be a shared loathing for warp corruption. Heinrichs glances around. The situation calls for immediate action, as a rule. We can continue this conversation later if you so wish, but right now, he gestures at the deck teeming with tumultuous activity. I believe that you should assume command. What is the current situation on board? The navigator's sanctum is no longer empty, but the warp engine is still refusing to obey the engine seers. Without it, we cannot perform a warp jump. Pascal's voice buzzes anxiously from his vox. It may be angry, or perhaps it is lamenting the injuries it has suffered. I will immediately initiate preparations for a prayer service. If the Omnissiah grants me comprehension, I will appease the machine spirit of this vessel. Why did you not send a shuttle to the planet for me? I do apologize, your lordship, but we were unable to receive your request for evacuation. The Vox link was overrun with vile interference, screams, blasphemous hymns, and other equally sinister noises. Any who listened to the interference for a protracted period lost their sanity. Several dozen operators went mad monitoring the Voxcaster in the hope of hearing your voice. Each one of them waited in vain. What's happening on the planet now? Our auger operators are reporting numerous uprisings and other manifestations of the archenemy's power at various locations on the planet. Based on the fragments of communications picked up by our Vox operators, there's practically no resistance being offered by the governor's forces. Millions of people are converting to the blasphemous Final Dawn cult en masse and assembling in prayer circles. Do we have any hope of retaking the planet? I fear that Rykad Minoris is lost. The situation is deteriorating by the minute. We must leave the system as soon as possible. However, there are still people on the planet who have not succumbed to heresy and who are worthy of rescue. Perhaps a small number of our own shuttles? Beside the small number of our own shuttles, we also have the shuttles salvaged from the starport. The dark eyes of the Sister of Battle flash. We must save as many as we can. This has all been for a reason. Saint Argenta, whose name I carry with reverence and trepidation, is famed for saving people of a dying world through the power of prayer. The God Emperor himself sent a star from the heavens that lifted the saint and her followers up to the sky, away from corruption and death. We must do as she did. Direct all our efforts to saving these people who at this moment look to the heavens in the hope of salvation. Pascal says, the lives of peasants are of little value. Our prime directive is to save the Holy Relic, the miraculous fusion reactor, and the Electro Priests who guard and tend to it. Abelard furrows his brow. Every moment we spend in proximity to a dying world, we are putting ourselves at risk. Your life, Lord Captain, was far more valuable than all of Rykad Minoris. The Von Valencius dynasty cannot be allowed to perish, and so lamentable though it is, we must rule out the idea of any evacuation. Heinrich's eyes, like two deep dark pools, are resolutely fixed on you. But the world is doomed, and its inhabitants along with it. The disappearance of the star was the final nudge towards death, the finale of the cult of the Final Dawn's plans. I once witnessed a similar event, a world that had surrendered to the servants of the archenemy and permitted corruption to enter too deep. At this moment, millions of people are bowing down before those who promise them salvation, and they are willingly giving up their souls to chaos. A sacrifice great enough to bring forth the demon world. Our only hope of stopping this process is to retreat to a safe distance from the planet and conduct a targeting bombing of the Electro Priest's monastery. If we blow up the reactor, a thermonuclear reaction will follow. The world's oxygen will evaporate, killing off the entire biosphere. In doing this, we will save millions of souls from a fate worse than death, and we will save Rykad Minoris from becoming an outpost of the archenemy. Only death can rescue these people. The Undying One has reached out his hand to this world. It is time for him to reap his harvest. We must not reject his design, lest millions of names never reach him, and instead perish in the depths of the Imperium. Ian. Death is a mercy, Domain Azathu. Whatever fate you choose for this world, I urge you to make haste, Lord Captain. The planet is burning in raging flashes of crimson and purple. I can see it even from orbit. As do I see that the storm is already upon us. With every moment we waste, it grows ever more difficult and perilous to steer the ship through the warp's turbulent currents. I am with the lady on this. Enough talking. We need to get out of here while we still can. Let's see. Dogmatic. Set an optimal course and carry out an orbital strike on the Electro-Priest Monastery. Rykad Minoris must fall. Yes, Lord Captain. I will immediately inform the navigation and artillery decks of the impending maneuver. Heinrichs inclines his head. The right choice, Lord Captain. May the sacred Exterminatus cleanse this veil of corruption. The bridge is in upheaval. Tekomat's prayers mix together in a senseless cacophony while servitors work hastily to remove a hardened crust of sacred unguents from the warp engine's components. In the middle of all this tumult stands Pascal with the data slate clutched in his hands, seemingly disconnected from the flurry of activity around him. What is going on here? The warp sextant is not responding to commands. The ship's spirit is rejecting our prayers in anger. I'm currently calculating a plea that might appease the noble spirit. Magos, why don't you assume control of the Technomats? Surely their contribution will speed things up. They would only be a hindrance. I'm searching for a way to rectify the error. Pascal is muttering without taking his eyes off the data slate. There's a certain anxiousness, the way he moves his mechadendrites. Crew, heed the word of Magos Hanuman. Pascal, I kindly request that you take charge of this mess. Thank you, your lordship. You are right. Pascal's voice changes when he addresses the crew. He now speaks with authority and resolve. Tech comrades, heed my instruction. The mayhem immediately subsides, and the crew's actions fall into some indiscernible logic. The Omnissiah's servants start working in sync, and the binaric clamor becomes a symphony of reports, which the Magos coordinates with a skillful conductor. Admirably done, Pascal. The Omnissiah guides me. The prayers of the tech priests surrounding the cogitator almost drown out the sounds of the bustling bridge behind you. Pascal, poring intently over the data slate in his hands, extends the mechadendrite towards you. Please take your place at the cogitator, Lord Captain. Step up to the cogitator. The huge machine in front of you is lit with dozens of vid screens and hundreds of lumens. The blinking lights and endless rush of symbols and digits on the green background makes your eyes water, and a vague sense of alarm simmers in the depths of your mind, the typical reaction of a layperson when confronted with the magnitude of the Omnissiah's creation. Among the numerous controls, you see the mouth of a cyber gargoyle, same as at the gate to the warrant chamber. Pascal's voice becomes imbued with imperious force. Servants of the machine god, heed my command. Acolytes, prepare the incense instrumentation for the liturgy of the machine spirit appropriation. Senior Technomats, recite the prayer to generate a current data report. Operations will be marked with campanological protocol Omnissiah Rejoice. I must inform you that for the purposes of safety, complete reassembly of Warp Sextant and updating of its Datasmith blessings are required. If this is not done, then at launch, the volume of aggregate calculation errors could result in the destruction of the data crypts. But as we do not have 100 hours at our disposal, we must omit this procedure. Pascal looks down at the data slate in his hands. A minor deviation from a rite of operation for the sake of appeasing the spirit. What must I do? Place your hand inside the throat of the Cogitator Guardian, the Saber Gargoyle, which has been assigned to guard the forbidden data crypts. The dynastic blood extracted from your veins will serve as a key to the data core where the machine spirit dwells. To it, we will offer our prayers so that we may bypass the protective protocol for the defective connections and launch the Warp Sextant. Pascal's voice grows quieter. The laws of the Omnissiah know no exceptions, so in this ritual I must remain at your side to locate the wrathful machine spirit, in whose abode you will be intruding. Follow my liturgies, Lord Captain, and we may receive his blessing. Place your hand in the cyber gargoyle's mouth. The metal jaws clamp down on your hand, breaking your delicate corporeal sheath and releasing warm red liquid into its gullet. At the same moment, the image on the vid screen before you changes. Connecting. Success. Access and Reach out and touch the keys on the instrument panel. Lord Captain, Pascal stops and then continues more calmly. Please, angle the machine spirit before we remove the restriction. What does it all mean? At the sound of your voice, the cogitator's servant, whose bronze-bound skeleton is built into the cogitator housing, shudders. With a screech, its skull rotates towards you and then stops in that position. Benevolent code, a voice receptor. Pascal emits a sequence of binary symbols and then is silent for several seconds. I hypothesize that the defect is located in the analyzer block. I register a reaction to the signal, but no processed response. A temporary override is permissible. The Magos intently studies the vid screen. The shell was created on a forge world unknown to me, initiating standard invocation of the machine spirit. Pascal leans over the adjacent instrument panel and sets his hand on the controls. At the same time, a quiet stream of machine code begins pouring forth from his vox. What should I do now? Lord Captain, I now ask you to address the machine spirit. Speak the following command. By my authority, I revoke the inviolability protocol of the warp engine. The voice receptor will receive the vocal entry. Without your sanction, the machine spirit will not accept the data from the warp sextant. I repeat that. One of the cogitator's vid screens turns red. Pascal sees this and raises his hand, signaling to the rest of the machine priest, then withdraws a connector from his sleeve and connects it to the machine. Servants of the Omnissiah, make now the offer of cleansed data crypts to the machine spirit so that it may be filled with their true calibrated data. May the Omnissiah have mercy on our souls. In meek solemnity, the Acolytes offer up the cleansed data crypts to the warp engine one after another, repeating prayers of exaltation. After anointing the contacts with sacred unguents, Pascal inserts them in the cogitator's slots. Your head begins to spin from the holy censer's foul-smelling clouds of smoke and from the loss of blood that the cyber gargoyle continues to drink from you, and the world swims before your eyes. Let this mechanism awaken in renewed purity! Pascal enters a sequence of commands and raises his head. Watching the vid screens, suddenly he stops dead. No. His fingers fly over the command runes, entering command after command. His mechadendrites, clicking their pincers, pull out one lever after another. The vid screens filled with strings of symbols, completely incomprehensible to you, but clearly conveying something to the Magos. Say nothing and do not interfere. After a few seconds, one of the data crypts mounted on the cogitator begins to emit sparks. A moment later, another data crypt does the same. The next bursts into flames and gives off foul-smelling smoke. Around you, the Omnissiah's servants break off from their prayers and someone bursts into frantic pleading. Pascal mournfully grates out, the massive errors in the warp sextant's calculations is destroying the data repositories. The offering did not appease the ship's spirit. The warp engine cannot be filled with motive force. We are trapped. A moment later, the Magos continues uncertainly. Perhaps an alternative Ryzen protocol, or an emergency launch of the auxiliary coils? The tech priest bends over the cogitator, but something in his pose and movements reveals his desperation. While the other vid screens are filled with more and more strings of symbols, the monitor in front of you blinks and its static image changes. Pascal is too engrossed in his ritual to notice. Magos Henomen. A moment, if you will. Pascal turns towards you, his flickering visor betraying his anxious state. Lord Captain, he stops short when he sees the vid screen. Distorted transmission from the data core? Most likely, the residual cognitive functions of the built-in servitors. Omnissiah, shield us from machine ghosts. Returns to manipulating the cogitator's command runes. Machine spirit, can you hear me? The cogitator's servant quickly opens in its creaks quietly in its joints, a sound that is drowned out by the binary hymns, the tapping of command runes. Rescue. Yes, machine spirit, rescue us. Pascal turns to you. Lord Captain, the excess emotion in your command will render it unintelligible to... Pascal's next vocalization goes unsynthesized as you see the vid screens begin to stabilize one after another. The strings frenetically galloping across the green background are replaced with stable images or regularly updating status reports. A Only one monitor remains inexplicably red. The tech priest's vox crackles in shock, but his report is as clipped as clinical as ever. Registering, warp sextant activated. Registering, data stream stabilized. Registering, 0 data errors found. Reporting, the warp engine is ready for translation. After a pause, Pascal adds, I'm also reporting evidence indicating a Category 3 miracle fulfilling the criterion. Thou shalt witness the mechanism that toils in glorification of its function and in defiance of deactivation. Lord Captain Revor here. The crew are almost finished carrying out the orders given earlier, and I've just finished confirmation from the engineering halls. I don't know what you did, but the warp engine's up and raring to go. Ready to get the translation... Ready to begin the translation for warp, your lordship. What just happened? Pascal pauses. I hypothesized that the ship's spirit heard our prayers and intervened, summoned the power of the Omnissiah to do something beyond my comprehension. Let's see, it appears the Omnissiah perceives and knows the powers of your faith, Pascal. He would not have worked this miracle otherwise. I hope he will grant me a revelation that will allow me to comprehend the nature of this miracle. Pascal's vox buzzes with wonder and an undercurrent of exultation. I know a little of the Omnissiah's sacred machines, but what I saw on the screen looked strange. An non-standard output of information lost in the data core. The servitors used as data conduits are not always fully lobotomized. Fragments of their thoughts can appear even in pure code. Pascal falls silent, immersed in thought. Contact Ravor. The Lord Captain speaking. I give the order to commence translation to the warp. Waiting for you to ascend the Captain's throne. Lord Captain, may the Emperor protect us. Time to get out of Rykad. Exterminatus!
Von Valancia's flagship made its way out of the doomed star system. As the void ships plunged deeper into the Corona's expanse, the rogue trader's subjects bid a formal farewell to the late head of the dynasty, Theodora von Valancius. Having paid their last respects, the crew gathered their strength and braced themselves for whatever was to come next.
Stolen Star. You completed Chapter 1. And there's still a bit more to do. Voxmaster Vigdis. Lord Captain, allow me to report. Our journey through the warp is coming to an end. Lady Navigator Orselio informs me that we have reached the point where we can translate to real space in the Furibunda system. Lady Navigator and her pilots are awaiting our permission to begin the process. Furibunda system is home to Footfall, the only Imperium outpost with a functioning wharf in the Corona's expanse. The tech priests are begging you to have mercy on the machines we worn down by the warp and to allow servants of the Omnissiah to inspect and heal the void ship's wounds in the dock. The prayers and rituals will take some time, which our astropathic choir will use to establish a connection with the prime worlds of your protectorate. Dargonis, Janus, and Kiava Gamma. Master Zachary Weiss has recovered an invitation previously adrift in the Materium. The Liege of Footfall has humbly requested an audience with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. According to Master Zachary, the message was tinted with shades of pleading. I quote, "Apparently the Liege is anxious to meet you as soon as possible." Footfall, the place where filth and sanctity go hand in hand. Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso will most likely expect a visit from me. I imagine he'll be interested in talking to you as well, Azathoul. I will be leaving your void ship when we arrive on Footfall, Azathoul. Once this is done, consider the Lord Inquisitor's task complete, says Heinrichs. Abelard says, "Your Lordship, young Yvain Winterscale has asked me to convey his gratitude for your hospitality and for saving him from certain death. Not wishing to outstay his welcome, he plans to disembark at Footfall. Lord Yvain swears he will not forget his debt to you." Pascal says, "I hereby inform the rogue trader that during a comprehensive system inspection raid, this unit discovered data clusters within the captain's cogitator that are concealed from prying eyes by means of a personal cipher and a sacrament of algorithmic authorization. Unit Azathoul von Valancius has been added to the access list and assigned the identifier Keeper 2. The unit can access the data from the captain's cogitator provided that he possesses the decryption key. You detect a hint of something resembling curiosity in Pascal's mechanical voice. Solomon, thank you once again for rescuing my squad, rogue trader. We are disembarking on Footfall. The trail of evidence leads to the docks, and it wouldn't hurt to pay the Liege a visit. I'm sure he will graciously extend his cooperation to the Arbitus. Are you leaving us, Heinrichs? The arrangement between the Lord Inquisitor and your predecessor was that I be transported to Footfall and no further. I dare not take advantage of your generosity and patience any more than I already have, Azathoul. I hope we meet again. True servants of the Emperor are always welcome aboard my ship. Heinrichs regards you with a curious look and a polite smile. An interrogator of the Inquisition seldom gets to hear such words. Thank you for your hospitality, Azathoul. I will not forget it. Solomon, is there any assistance I can provide in your investigation? Right at this moment, unlikely. We have a considerable amount of dirty and routine work ahead of us, such as checking cogitator logs and questioning the station's residents, including its less palatable individuals. None of that is worth the rogue trader's time, I assure you. Still, should circumstances change, I will absolutely welcome the aid of such a dependable ally as yourself. Argenta, who is this Reverend Hieronymus who wants to talk to me? He is the head of the Drusian mission on Footfall and one of the most prominent clergymen in the sector. Paying him a visit is a good thing for any loyal servant of the Emperor to do. I assisted his mission before I joined Lady Theodora on her voyage. I needed his blessing to accompany the new rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. If you wish to have me aboard your void ship, I request that we meet the Reverend Hieronymus. The shed blood has washed away the taint from our bodies. It is only right that we now wash our souls with the blessings of the servant of the Undying One. The Drusians, like the blood-spun web, are devoted to asceticism, rejecting wealth and luxury and surrendering themselves to his service. Though their thread is different from ours, the first spinner spoke of them with respect. Vigdis, tell me about the system we are arriving in. For Abundus is valuable due to its close proximity to the Maw, the gateway to the Imperium. The system is mostly known for Footfall, a main base for merchants, privateers, and rogue traders traversing the Coronis Expanse. Additionally, the star itself is orbited by an Adeptus Mechanicus station, which is off-limits to outsiders. Altar Templum Calixus X-17. I had the honor of tending to this shrine for a few thousand cycles. I suggest you abstain from visiting it, as most tech comrades at the station are engaged in meditative calculations that should not be interrupted. What do I need to know about Footfall? It is the largest port and the trading capital of the Coronis Expanse. It is a dockyard that will allow us to inspect and repair the void ship, and it boasts its own astropathic choir, the Coronis Expanse Communications Nexus. Abelard says, not to mention pirate hideouts, smuggler caches, forts belonging to a dozen gangs, groups, and factions. In the Coronis Expanse, the Imperium relies on this as its outpost. The fringes of humanity's domain rarely resemble its central worlds, but so long as Footfall serves the God Emperor, and so far as it can, it will be considered a citadel of the Imperium. And although I have heard that the tides that it sends are underwhelming, to say the least. Due to Footfall's remoteness, it has developed its own rules and customs. Many of the goods that can be procured there would be considered heresy in the heart of the Imperium, enough to warrant summary execution. Moreover, Footfall is the domain of the rogue traders, who transcend certain Imperial laws by virtue of the warrant they bear. Footfall is just a brief stop. What's next? As soon as we solve the issues plaguing the ship and establish contact with the key worlds of your protectorate, the time will come for your Magna Accessio, the official ceremony of donning the mantle of Rogue Trader. It's mostly a formality at this point. You already possess all the privileges granted by the warrant, and yet it is a major milestone in your personal history. The moment your name graces the list of heads of the Von Valancius dynasty. We are all looking forward to that day, Lord Captain. Abelard, do you know anything about the Liege of Footfall? Vladimir Tokara is a very peculiar young man. Consider your upcoming conversation a baptism of fire in Footfall's political arena. Such things are not spoken out loud, but Liege Tokara is the appointee of the Kazbalika mission, the largest robber baron crime syndicate in the Calixix sector. They specialize in the cold trade, buying and selling of all kinds of Xenos relics. Footfall was previously run by Liege, who did business with several criminal factions at once, but he suffered an accident. The reins of power were picked up by Vladimir Tokara, whose appointment benefits not only the Kazbalika, but also their most powerful ally in the Kronos Expanse, the rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. Vladimir is a slippery yet very cautious fellow. He does not usually beat around the bush and does not play mind games. Perhaps more importantly, he is no fool. Fools do not rise this high in the Kazbalikan hierarchy, keeping all this in mind. You are a rogue trader. You stand above him in status and wield considerable power. Having said that, history has seen cases where the Kazbalikan barons crossed swords with rogue traders and emerged victorious. Do not forget that, and remain vigilant. The Kazbalika, vile tech thieves. Pascal's Vox barks out the last words like a profanity. Why does the Liege want to see me so badly? Not you personally. He wishes to meet with the rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty. Tokara does not know about Lady Theodora's death and is simply seeking an audience with the powers that be. My gut is telling me that something may be very wrong on Footfall if our astropath managed to read such strong emotion in such an anodyne message. We have no information, Lord Captain. Broadcast from the Footfall astropathic choir was the only missive Master Zachary received lately. Tell the Lady Navigator I give her leave to make the translation from the warp into real space. My jaw! It's about to fall off. Victus begins issuing instructions. The massive ship appears to change with her every word. The bridge is set in motion as hundreds of people start to prepare for the shift to real space, and measured chanting fills the corridors to safeguard the vessel and its crew. Victus turns to you again. One more thing, Lord Captain. No one at the station knows about Lady Theodora's demise and you inheriting the title. Liege Tokara will be informed. It's required so we can use the dock, and besides, he is expecting a personal audience with the rogue trader. He will not meet with an unknown person of unclear standing. However, there's still the matter of announcing your arrival. You can either arrive on the station with the proper pomp and ceremony, or choose to visit it incognito. Tell me about the benefits of each thing. According to Footfall's unwritten laws, rogue traders enjoy special privileges that exceed even the power of the Liege. However, they may choose to not exercise those privileges in certain situations. Arriving incognito will give you more room for maneuver, while an official visit will allow you to directly intervene in local affairs. I shall explain if you don't mind. As per this unwritten rule, every rogue trader arriving at the station has the right to veto any of the Liege's decisions. There's a catch. The Kronos Expanse is home to several influential rogue trader dynasties, and Footfall is where their interests intersect. Of course, that does not prevent certain persons, namely Caligos Winterscale, from subtly pulling the strings on Footfall. If you, as a new rogue trader, start your career with an official landing and a parade in your honor, The other dynasties may see this gesture as the newcomer challenging their spheres of influence. I do not see that as a bad thing, necessarily. Old Man Winterscale may take slight offense. Chorda will be put on her guard, but you have just risen to prominence, and most people in the Coronis Expanse have not even heard about the Lady Theodora's departure yet. It must be made clear that the banner of Von Valancius soars as high as ever. Hendrix says, if I may, I would recommend arriving incognito. You will have plenty of opportunities to savor the sweetness and the burden of power, but right now is the last time you can take refuge in obscurity. This way, your arrival will not draw much attention, and the people will treat you as a person, and not the almighty sovereign anointed by the Emperor. Could turn some situations to your advantage. I have decided. Tell the Liege I will arrive incognito. It will be done, Lord Captain, Vitas Bazican. With your gracious permission, I will return to my duties. Didn't I? Okay. I mean, we got our little buddy Augustus. Cyber Raven has more hit points than I do. Anyway, my jaw is tired. So I think I'm gonna cut stuff off here. We've made it to chapter 2! Yay! And I can think about, I rebuilt my party to be tougher. I got a cool Raven. We're at chapter 2. We killed a Chaos Space Marine in one turn. I'll see you guys later.